Hi guys, it's Miss McCall, and today we're going to be multiplying and dividing rational numbers, both positive and negative. Alright, so the rule is if they have the same sign, the answer is going to be positive. If they have different signs, the answer is going to be negative. Alright, so as you're remembering these rules, we're going to go ahead and divide. So when we're dividing decimals, the important thing to remember is that our divisor cannot be a decimal. It has to be a whole number. And in order to make our divisor a whole number, we need to move our decimal one place to the right. Alright, whenever we do that, we have now made this the number 54. Whatever we did to the divisor, we have to do to the dividend. So we are going to also move our decimal point one place to the right in our dividend as well. Now, I'm going to rewrite this with our decimal points in the new place so that we can see what we're doing. So we're going to be doing negative 164 and 7/10, and we're going to be dividing that by negative 54. Alright, because we have two negative numbers, they have the same sign, we know our answer is going to be a positive number, so I'm just going to put a plus sign just so that we remember that our answer is going to be a positive number. Alright, so let's start dividing. So Miss McCall is going to write this in our division. So remembering that the dividend goes inside, so that's 164.7. And notice I didn't put the sign because right now I already know that my answer is going to be a positive. So I can hold off on putting the sign. Alright, and then on the outside we're going to be doing 54. Alright, I know that 54 can't go into 1, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 0. I like to do this because I like to hold my place value, and I need to move my decimal points up. Alright, so 54 can't go into 1. It also can't go into 16, so I'm going to put a 0 on top of that as well. But it can go into 164. And if I was to do some work on the side, I would see that 54 goes into 164 3 times. Because 3 times 54 is 162. Knowing my steps of division, I need to subtract, which leaves me with 2 pieces left over, and then I need to bring down my 7. Well, 54 can't go into 27 any amount of times, so I'm going to go ahead and write a 0. And once I multiply that 0 times 54, that gives me 0. Subtract, and that leaves me with 27. Alright, but I'm making a decimal, so I can't leave it like that. I'm going to go ahead and add a 0 behind and bring that down as well. $54 can go into 275 times, because 5 times 54 gives me exactly 270. I can subtract and I'm left with 0 pieces left over. Now, what's my quotient? My quotient is up here. Alright, and I know that my quotient is going to be positive because I had 2 negatives, so my quotient is 3 5/100. Alright, let's move on to our multiplication. So we are multiplying 5/8 times negative 3 1/2. So I'm looking and I see that I have 2 different signs. One is positive and one is negative. So my answer, I know, is going to be a negative. So I'm going to go ahead and write that over there. Now, 5 eighths times 3 and 1/2 I could do, but I want to make it a improper fraction so that I can just multiply across. If I do that, I'm going to multiply 2 times 3, which gives me 6. And I'm going to add in my numerator, which gives me the number 7. So I want to put 7 over 2. Now I want to simply multiply across. So 5 times 7 is 35. And 8 times 2 is 16. And of course I know that my answer is negative. So I'm going to put a negative, which is hard to see. I'm going to put a negative sign right in front so that we can see it. Now, this is a improper fraction, so I want to go ahead and turn it into a mixed or whole number, and I do that by simply dividing. So I'm going to divide the numerator by the denominator, and 16 can go into 35 two whole times, because 2 times 16 is 32. When I subtract, that leaves me with 3 pieces left over. So I could also write this as 2 wholes and 3 over 16. Now, I can continue and make this a decimal, but I want to see if you guys can come up with the answer. So if you change this into a decimal, please let me know in the comment section below. If you have any questions, of course you can leave them in the comment section as well. Have a great day.